A loyal dog named Bruno lived in a small town where everyone knew him. He did not belong to one family because the whole street cared for him. Every morning, Bruno walked from house to house wagging his tail and greeting people warmly. Children hugged him before school, shopkeepers fed him scraps, and at night he guarded the streets by barking at strangers. People often said, "Bruno is the heart of this town." Hearing those words made him feel loved and important. Bruno was always helping others. If an old man dropped his walking stick, Bruno picked it up gently. If children were scared walking home at night, he walked beside them until they reached safety. During storms, he barked loudly whenever floodwater came too close to the houses. Everyone praised his loyalty. Some scratched his head and called him a hero. Bruno believed all this attention meant he was truly loved. A baker named Samuel depended on Bruno every night. The dog slept outside the bakery and scared away thieves. Samuel often said, "I sleep peacefully because Bruno protects us." But during the day, Samuel rarely noticed the dog resting tired beside the shop. He fed Bruno leftovers only when he remembered. Bruno never minded because protecting people made him feel useful, and being useful felt very close to love. There was also a lonely boy named Eli who spent hours talking to Bruno. Whenever Eli felt sad or afraid, he hugged the dog tightly and shared his worries. Bruno always stayed beside him quietly. The dog became the boy's comfort during difficult times. But whenever Eli was happy and playing with friends, he forgot about Bruno completely. Still, Bruno waited every evening hoping the boy would come running back to him. Years passed and Bruno grew old. His legs became weak, and his bark lost its strength. One cold winter, he became sick and could no longer guard the streets. He curled beneath a wooden bench near the bakery and stayed there quietly. First, people noticed his absence. The streets felt strange without him. Children asked where he was. But after a few days, life moved on. People became busy again, and very few stopped to check on the old dog. Samuel simply locked his bakery doors earlier instead of depending on Bruno. Eli walked past the bench several times with his friends, sometimes looking sad for a moment, but never stopping for long. Bruno lay there quietly watching everyone pass by. For the first time he understood something painful. Many people had loved the comfort and safety he gave them, but very few truly loved him. One snowy evening, an elderly woman named Clara saw Bruno trembling beneath the bench. She was not someone Bruno had helped often, but she sat beside him gently, wrapped him in a warm blanket, and brought him food and water every day. She cared for him not because she needed anything, but because she truly cared that he was suffering. Slowly, Bruno realized the difference between being useful and being loved. Bruno recovered slowly under Clara's care. He was never as strong as before, but he stopped trying to earn affection by exhausting himself. He still greeted children kindly and barked when danger came near, but now he rested when tired and stayed where he felt safe and cared for. Eli later returned, ashamed that he had ignored Bruno when he was weak. This time he stayed longer beside him. The old dog finally learned something important. Real love is not shown only when you are strong and useful. Real love stays beside you when you are tired, weak, and have nothing left to give.